Okay. Welcome back to The Pop. I am your host, Moraya, creator and founder of Mastering Progress, and a 20-something-year-old who didn't want to go to therapy, so she created a podcast. And I get to be joined today with my best friend, Taylor, or as I like to call her, Tequila Tay. And yeah, hi Taylor.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, so little backstory. Me and Taylor have been fighting for the past 2 years. And but we're back and better than ever now. And because, I normally film with my wine in the back. We had to change locations because the studio wasn't conducive to 2 people. But we are still drinking.
Changing it up a little bit today, a little tequila.
Exactly. Very appropriate. A Hornitos margarita. Necessity. I fell in love with it over the summer. And I'm not an alcoholic, but I do add more tequila to it because tequila. Also, Hornitos, if you want to sponsor, I will gladly partner with you. But, let's cheers. Cheers. And here's to a new episode of The Pop. And you being our first guest host of 2024. Okay. So I only thought it appropriate for us to talk about our college love life because, honestly, Taylor was there through it all. We went through a lot of crying and heartbreak.
It was some of the best moments of our life and some of the worst.
Yes, because shit. I don't know. I'm gonna go off on a bunch of tangents. I'm already warning you because every time I talk to Taylor, she brings up a new memory that I don't remember, but it's obviously me. She'll be going through her Snapchat memories and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, that's my body, but this mind does not remember that whatsoever. We were feral.
We were?
We were feral.
Moraya and Taylor, we were on another level.
We really were, and it's kind of it's a little, Taylor, we weren't terrible people, but we were
working through some issues.
We were, so both of us came to college, and we had just gotten out of such hard, family issues and trying to figure out who we were by ourselves. Both of us don't have family in Boston. Both of us, she grew up in Florida. Where did I grow up?
Maryland?
Thank you. Maryland and New Jersey, and then came to Boston. This was so new for us. And it was an awakening. And so we went through a lot of bad decisions, but a lot of good ones too.
I feel like they were necessary for us, and it helped us to really learn a lot about ourselves. Maybe not in the moment, but now looking back.
No, in the moment.
Back, 7 years later, it's oh my gosh. Well, we didn't die, so
I know we're
still
so
that bad. But it really helped us to learn a lot about ourselves and our expectations, what we want out of life, and establish these necessary boundaries.
That's a big one because, for me, I didn't have any boundaries. I didn't know what a boundary was. I let so many people walk all over me, and I thought it was me showing them love and all this stuff, but that's not what it was. We were just oh, okay, I won't say we. Mariah's like, this person's showing me attention. I'm gonna go after that because I get attention.
Which I feel like is totally valid. Not saying we don't have daddy issues per se.
I think we do. I think we have a lot of
hard, very broken households, and we were kind of trying to figure out what it meant to be, what being loved was supposed to be. Because I feel like maybe growing up, at least for myself, I never saw what a healthy, normal relationship was. So like you're saying, coming to college and trying these new romantic experiences for the first time, because even growing up, I never dated. I barely even had a cell phone. It was very strict. So trying to figure these things out on my own, I was just so willing to jump on the first person that was willing to give me attention. Quite literally jump on them.
Yeah. We were doing a lot of jumping. Well, no, Moraya. Okay, so we went about this two very different ways. Like, eventually we did, I think, find who we thought were gonna be our people.
Yes.
I found it much sooner. I think I got sick and tired. I don't like people.
I don't like people.
Exactly. That's why we're friends. Like,
we have close-knit groups.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We don't like people. What we like is to have people who understand us and know, like, oh, like, she just needs space, or, like, she just needs me to be in the room, but, like, we're going to be doing 5,000 other things, but I don't want to be talked to, like, the fact that, like, we can understand that about each other, and, like, sometimes we just need space, but, like, otherwise, when we're out, I don't want to be touched or, like, near anybody. Like, if I, like... So I think you're fine at concerts. Like, you can go to a concert and be like, good.
The older I get, the worse I am, though.
Exactly.
I get a little mad now.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm like,
don't touch me.
why are you this close to me? And why is all this stupidity? I hate stupidity on a whole nother level. And so, like, we were going out to frat parties, like, every Friday, Saturday.
3 days a week.
3?
2. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So, just about 3 days a week.
3 days a week. Obviously, we were studying. We, like,
yeah,
we're successful now, or on our way to success now. But, like, yeah, I guess. Oh, because, like, Thursdays would be, like, I feel like Fridays and Saturdays were more, like, hard party nights, and then they had, like, the slow, like, oh, we're only inviting a few people on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I kind of just got sick of it because I just was like, ugh, people and men, and they're stupid, and I'm just like, I'm watching all these people throw up all the time, and I'm just like, it wasn't for me at the time. And at the time, we were all on Tinder. Like, I'm surprised that we did not fuck more people, like, that, like, the same people, or match with the same people.
I feel like we have different types.
We do have different types.
That's why.
We do have very different types. We do have different. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
But still, we were in the same, like we're on the same floor.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the same location. We're going to the same things. I don't think we ever fucked the same person. We were never talking to the same person, but we were all on Tinder. That whole floor was on Tinder. And some of them were lesbians, so it didn't really matter. They were in competition, so. But, like, oh my gosh. I don't even know. I'm trying to think. Like, it was Tinder and then frat parties, and that was kind of it. Sometimes Bumble, if you were feeling like, oh.
I didn't like having to message people first. I liked it when I got older. Like, that's how I met my current boyfriend, but back in the day, Tinder was just the easiest means
That is
to meet
true.
people, because that was the intention. It wasn't, oh, I'm looking for a relationship.
Yeah. And Tinder,
what's the move for tonight?
exactly. And Tinder got us, like, people were, complimenting you up and down, and I was like, thank God. I feel great.
Yeah.
Like, I think during orientation, I was on Tinder, not paying attention to what they were telling me, and that's why maybe I got in trouble a little too much. But, like, on Tinder, like, yep, nope, waiting for, like, responses and people telling me how, like, sexy I looked, and I was like, oh, thanks. Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. But I think I stopped within, like, a month of going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And that is because...
Yeah, it was very fast.
It was very fast. That was because I thought I found the love of my life. And at the time, I think we all thought, like, okay, I thought we all thought that he was going to be the love of my life. Yes. I won't say his name because defamation or whatever. But I think we all thought, like, me and what's his name, like, we were spending every time we could. Like, he couldn't come and see us as much as I wanted, but he was there every weekend. After work, he would come. Yeah, like, everyone, like, we would go out with them.
We'd go out to dinner together. It was
exactly.
a very close group that we had with him, and we were able to feel comfortable enough to incorporate him and be around him. I think everybody genuinely liked him. He was a good guy.
He was.
Or at least from what we saw.
He was a good guy. And then I made him crazy. No, but, so, like, and he would, like, there was a point, I don't think Simmons watches this, but there was a point where they had to sneak him on campus and say, like, they were his friends so that he could come and spend the night with me.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Because all Simmons girls are not nice. But anyway, we had to sneak him on campus and pretend like I didn't know him at, like, the front door or wherever there were cameras. Like, pretend like he wasn't there for me, and they had to sneak him in. And I think that's just an epitome of true love right there. Your friends sneaking in your man so that you guys can have sex.
Yes.
And that was my freshman year. Like, I did go out to parties after that.
Yeah, once in a while you still would.
Yeah. But, like, Taylor was feral.
Yeah. Up until, I think I was just looking at my Snapchat memories. I think it was quite literally up until a year ago, like today or this week, I was quite feral, and then I met someone that I thought was the love of my life.
Yes.
But
we both did. And, that just goes to show you. I'm gonna cry because, like,
I was tearing up.
Honestly, I'm going to cry only because, like, although we are not talking right now, and although our relationship kind of combusted, I genuinely, three of the best years of my life, we'll do 1.5, because towards the latter half of that, I was like, oh gosh, what is going on here? But that first year, I felt like I knew what love was. Like, he made me feel like I knew what love was, and I was being loved, and I was being loved for all of me. And it's, like, emotional because it's like, shit. I'm just like, and I think I miss the feeling, not necessarily him. I miss the feeling that we created for each other, because, like, he would continuously tell me, like, you're my safe place, you're my place I go to just, like, decompress and whatever, and I'm like, I don't know how I am that because I'm a crazy motherfucker, but I'm glad I can be that for you. But, like, to create that for someone and to feel that coming back from someone is, like, how do you get that again? I haven't found that again. Not yet.
And I feel like that relationship is so important because it teaches you that it's possible to be loved that deeply and truly, and even though it didn't last, it shows you what you deserve. Well, the good of it at least.
Yeah.
And that you're capable of having that.
Yeah. Because, like, that was...
And it just sets up those expectations for future relationships, and it's helping to establish those boundaries. Like, okay, you don't make me feel this way. You don't make me feel safe. You don't make me feel loved and worthy. This is not okay. Because I know what love feels like, and this isn't it.
Honestly. And I could tell you, like, now I have, like, my high standards and all this stuff, and I have my rule book of what I expect from a man, which will be the next episode. But, like, at this point, I'm like, oh no, you need to be financially stable within yourself and stuff like that. But when you find that person who makes you feel, like, safe no matter what, that kind of goes out the window. Because, like, it wasn't like he was making a bunch of money at the time. He fucking wasn't. But, like, he tried to provide as much as he could. And I was like, we're gonna get through whatever. We're gonna, like, surpass all of this. And, like, I wasn't making money at the time. I'm in school. I'm not, like, I was making money, but not, like, enough to really do anything with. And so, like, I felt like I could achieve and do anything with him by my side, no matter what was going on. Like, we were going to make it through. That obviously didn't happen. And I think it's also important to say, like, you both have to continue to want to fight for that feeling and to fight for, you know, your future together. And it doesn't work when it's just one person.
Exactly.
At all. Like, that's when you're like, okay, if you're not willing to fight anymore, I'm good, because I'm here fighting, but it takes both of us to be able to get anywhere. Oh my gosh. And then I was thinking, like, all the boys I missed out on because I was with him.
You see, that's exactly the thought that ruined my relationship. I thought I met the love of my life, and he was my safe space. He made me feel so truly, deeply loved, and there was always a thought in the back of my mind, and it's horrible, and it's really dumb to think about, but I always thought if we stay together, having met at 19 years old, am I going to resent him in the future because of all the things I missed out on? And especially after leaving Simmons and going to a new college on the opposite side of the country from this guy, it just kind of reinforced that feeling more and more, and I was the one that ended up giving up in the end, which is really sad. But I always, in my head, I'm like, what if there's something better? And I always regretted that decision for, well, I wouldn't say always, but for years after we broke up. There were times that we did talk, and I tried to get him back, and by the time that I was free and able to, he had moved on. And it really hurt.
Yeah.
It still hurts, because there's always going to be part of me that's so in love with him, and he was my first love. He truly was.
Yeah.
And I fucked up. I don't know if I can cuss on this. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you can. It's fine.
But
the thing is, like,
I think it's a totally normal thought.
Yeah.
And feeling that you have.
Yeah. Well, because, like, I was talking to one of my friends the other night because we brought up our, like, frat days and all that, and I was like, I was being hit on so much when we would go out. Like, but for me, I was like, oh my gosh, and I would call and tell this boy, like, hey, this is what just happened, like, I'm sorry and whatever, like, I didn't do anything, I didn't want this to happen, but this is what happened because this guy, like, you know, was just all over me. And I'm just like, I would call and tell him and be like, this is what's going on. And like for me, that was like a big part of our relationship and being able to keep it for so long. But like, so like we have two different views because my relationship ended, one because I was crazy, not one, actually two because I was crazy. One because he cheated and had a baby with someone else, while he would come home to me. But it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It is not okay. But that was what was going on. And two, because I kind of put too much pressure on him because I didn't have like the parents and all that stuff. So for me, he was my parent. He was my my boyfriend. He was all of these things when he just needed to be my boyfriend, not my parent, my best friend. I would say my best friend, but still, it was too much for him. And it would be too much for anyone, especially at that age. Like we were, how old were we? When did
We were 18.
18. Young, dumb, and dumb. And then he was 21 though.
If not older.
True. I do like older men.
Much better than younger men. I do not have luck with those. I finally went older and it has worked out thus far.
It's miraculous
Big
when you're
difference.
doing older men. Like, older men are the way to go.
Yes.
Just
Highly recommend. Yes.
here's to older men. Cheers to older men. And the younger men, you got some work to do. It's the truth. Anywho, I don't know. Like, we did have really, like, love stories in not high school.
College.
High school was a mess for me. But anyway, in college, we did experience a few rapes and sexual assaults and attacks.
Yeah.
And
The downsides of Tinder.
yes, the downsides of Tinder. We did we did experience all of that.
Couple of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh my god. Wow. Taylor. Like. Oh, we did. But like we also, I think, I'm hoping that's not gonna be my greatest love story, and I don't think it's yours because I'm watching one blossom right now, and I don't think that's gonna be our greatest love story, but I think those are our first love stories, and the first are always the hardest.
It's very, yeah.
Like,
And it's very fundamental and it's important, and I think that it's essential to have had those experiences because
Yeah.
now we're older, we're more mature, we're getting our shit together, we know what we want out of life, and we're not gonna settle.
No.
We're gonna say, okay, this is what I want, and this is what I'm gonna do, so either tag along or stay behind.
Honestly. And we were talking about this last night. Like, college is very fundamental in
College teaches you absolutely nothing about real world or career. It teaches you so much about yourself, though.
It does. Like, I would have just gone there just to socialize, network.
and networking. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't learn shit in any of my classes. I'm learning about running a business by running a business, not going to school to learn about running a business. Like, a lot of the stuff that they were teaching us, I mean, I guess you had to go to school because nursing, nursing is
but even
people's
then,
lives.
yes, I learned a lot in school, but at the same time, 90% of what I do, I learned on the job.
Yeah.
Because it's so specific, and they didn't teach you any of that at school. So, college is a scam.
College is a scam, except for the fact that we learned so much about ourselves.
Yeah.
I think we can reduce the price on college because I would rather pay less to be heartbroken, and pay less to be traumatized and assaulted. I think that should cost less, personally. But like, best year of my life was living on camp, because I only lived on campus for 1 year. Best year of my life. Honestly.
Yeah, living here was the best year of my life, 100%.
Yeah, like it was eye-opening, but I don't know, and then we had to grow up even faster, so. But, I don't know, I think it's important for everyone, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not gonna go to college and stuff like that. I definitely see why you wouldn't go to college and pay for all of that, but it's also, you learn so much about yourself, and we got each other,
We do.
and I don't know, there's something about it that was definitely worth it. And I think I wouldn't have known as much about like how to love someone and care for someone if I hadn't gone through that and gone through a bunch of those.
Because even
scenarios.
the bad relationships, as awful as they were, and
Yeah.
we had our friendship ended over a really bad relationship I was in.
Stupid motherfucker. That's all I have to say. Racist, like, controlling freak of a narcissist.
Yes.
That's disgusting. Okay, go on.
No, it's all good. But as crappy as it is, at the same time, I'm just happy we were able to emerge from that, and you were able to accept me, and now our friendship's stronger than ever, I think. And I'm just so
Exactly.
happy to be back here with you and have you in my life, and to see how far we've grown in these last 7 years. It's incredible. If you would have told me when we were 18 years old and first met, I would not believe you. I'd laugh right in your face. I think I'd be dead in a gutter somewhere.
7 years.
Yeah. August.
What the
September,
fuck?
it'll be 7
How
years.
old am I? Oh
We're
my
getting up there.
gosh, 7 years.
It will be, yeah.
That's also another thing. The greatest college love story is the best friends you make, not the men
Exactly.
you jump on. The greatest love story in college is your best friends that you find, not the men you jump on. I think that's a great, that was great. That was the lesson we learned from college.
Yes.
Find your best friend for life and who you're gonna raise your kids with. And don't give two hoots about the men you're on top of.
Exactly.
Simple.
I told my current man, I said, I don't care if my dad approves of you or not, my best friend has to approve of you. If she doesn't, you're going.
And right now, to the current man, how do I feel about the current man right now?
I would like to know.
Yeah, I mean, I need
brief interaction.
I need a little more conversation.
He did make me cry.
He did, and I was not a fan of that. So
Me neither. That's the first time that's ever happened.
yeah, but why
And
did he do it in front of me?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was stupid. So
Kind of pissed me off. I'm a little salty.
it's okay. You guys will talk about it. I won't insert myself, but this is me inserting myself by saying I was not a fan. This is the longest podcast I've had though.
Really?
Because we're about to, we have like 50 seconds and I have to end it. So we'll obviously have to have you back.
Yes.
Every time she comes up, we're gonna do a podcast episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed it and you get to learn a little more about me, because like I talk, but like hearing it from someone else and like our life experiences. Okay, we have 6 seconds, but I hope you guys have a great week and keep thriving, and yeah.